Hey guys, my name is Omer and I'm currently an undergraduate medical research student in my third year of medical school. And this was my week. So starting Monday, I came to the lab around 6:30 p.m. The agenda for today was to prepare my samples for the week. So I had left my samples over the weekend and by now they were all dry. So all I had to do was trim the excess wax so my tissues inside the sample were ready to be collected the following week. So here's my sample. The yellow bit that you see is the actual tissue, which will be cutting down in very thin layers. And all I had to do was smooth out the edges so that they can be used. Here's a good example of a good sample. I don't really need to do anything to it because it's relatively smooth, so I won't be making any changes to that one. So then I just start trimming off the excess wax. I'm just using a blade, trying to be really careful so as not to cut myself. So once I was done with that, I had to put my slides in the fridge so they were cold for tomorrow. This is generally recommended, so I just place them in the fridge and they'll be there overnight. So once that was done, it was nearly 7 p.m. I still had a lot of time left since during the day I didn't really get any work done. So now I'll just sit and work on my thesis throughout the night. So here I'm just reading a paper that's very similar to my work, and hopefully I will be using this as a reference in my thesis, so I just have to get a good feel of what's in it. So I worked throughout the night, and by 10 p.m. I then went back home, and that was Monday. So on Tuesday, I came to the lab around 11 a.m. So the first thing I do is put on my lab coat as it's compulsory. Now I go to collect my samples. I put them in the fridge overnight. I realize that someone's tampered with them, so I have to make sure that all my samples are there, and by the looks of it, they are there. And let me give you guys a quick look. So here's the microtome. This is the machine I'll be working on the entire week. So this will help me cut my samples in really thin slices that then I can observe under the microscope. I don't know, today I was just feeling off. Everything to do with my samples, I felt that they were tampered with. Along with that, I don't know, it just felt off. Little did I know, today it wouldn't go my way. So here's me just ensuring I have everything set up before I start using it. have to insert a blade into the machines. So for this, everything's already been bought. So it's just a matter of setting everything up. I like to have everything next to me before I start. So then after once I have everything taken out, just put on the gloves for safety and just turn on the water bath. Unfortunately, the day does end abruptly because I soon realize my samples aren't ready, and little later I did realize it was because my samples weren't cold enough. So this did make me annoyed at that moment, and I ended up just going home to go and research what went wrong, and then we just pick it up next day on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I made my way to the lab around 9 a.m. And the first thing I do is turn on the microtome and turn on the water bath as well. Set the right temperature on it. And once that's done, it's just a matter of setting up the table. My samples today I made sure were in the freezer instead of the fridge, and we also managed to get an ice box to keep them cold during the entire process as well. Then once I had all my equipment ready, it was now almost time to just start taking my samples out and start slicing them. The water bath was ready as well, so now it's just a case of putting on the gloves, and here's the first sample. So hope everything goes to plan. So once the samples are cut, I'll be picking them up in slides. As you can see, the one I just placed to the right, and just inserting the blade into the microtome. So I just have to be really careful again not to cut myself, since that has happened in the past. My glasses seem to be fogging up, so I took them off. Now once the sample is on, and then here I go, I give you guys a close-up. So that's my sample. Now I'm just locking the blade into place. There, lock it into place. Once everything is nice and tight, then I'm just gonna get my brush as well to remove the excess wax that comes out. As you can see, this is really thin, so that's what I'm looking for. And it's taking a little bit of time because there's a lot of excess wax in the front of it before my sample starts coming. And there we go. Now I just have to straighten it out and keep doing this process until I get long ribbons. That's a relatively long ribbon right there. I think I do mess it up here. Yes. You can see you have to be really gentle with it. I tried picking it up, but that doesn't work, and then I just get to work. I have to do this for every single sample I have, and then put them in slides. So here, now I'm just putting them in slides and putting them in the box. I have to name the slides as well. And then them back in the oven. I'm just using my laptop because I was supposed to attend a conference. I did end up missing it because, yeah, I couldn't really find the time. So it's finally Thursday. I nearly did all the slides on Wednesday, so I'm feeling really good. And today I just have, I think, a few more to go. So I thought it'd be a good idea to give you guys a close-up of how everything went. Again, first thing first, we have to put on the lab coat, and then we'll go from there. So since now I have an ice box, I can again put my samples in the fridge. They've been there overnight, and then I have to get new slides because I actually ended up using the previous box altogether. So thankfully I have a few more left. So again, first thing first, set everything up. So the water bath is already on. I'm just counting all my slides and seeing how many more I need. So here's the close-up. This is a new sample. Again, we'll be cutting them into really thin pieces. On the top right, you can see the 5. So that's the size I'm going for, which is 5 micrometers. So when I move this, it goes up and down. So it just rotates it ups and down, and now I'm just locking into place. And this is the blade. It's a little bit of a hassle to get it on. So once I put it in, there we go. Then I just have to lock it into place. Just need to get it right, and there, lock it into place. Ensure everything is ready. Bring it as close as I can so that I get thin slices. Again, we don't want to cut off a chunk. Then we start rolling it. As you can see, during the first few tries it doesn't really work, but I think that's normal. That's how it's been since yesterday. And finally get a long ribbon. Okay, that didn't work out. So there we go. I think I can pick this one up. So again, ideally I don't want it to tear like that, but just as an example, once I do that, I just place them in the water bath and see if I can see my tissue in it. And if I do, then I just put them in slides. So I pick it up from the water bath using a slide, and then name the slide and put it over the heater, I think, so that all the water dries up before storing it. So give you guys a good look, and that was just me naming all the last slides, and hopefully this will be the final time I have to clean up. So yeah, and I cleaned everything up, put it back the way it was, and here's a look at my slides. This was the icebox that I'm talking about, and this is all the slides that I did throughout the week. It did take quite a lot of time, to be honest. So yeah, that was Thursday. Hey guys, so finally it's Friday. I got to take the day off since I finished all my work yesterday, and I hope you guys enjoyed this week. Next week I'll be moving on to the second part of my project, so hopefully I'll be filming that. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe and comment down below. Hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you guys next Saturday. Thank you for watching.